Today I'm going to be speedrunning Minecraft, but it is only one block. And as you can probably tell by the title, I am now the new world record holder for the 1.21 category of this run. If you don't know what one block is, it's basically just one block that infinitely respawns, and there are 10 different phases we gotta get through, and then finally we must defeat the Ender Dragon. Also, just want to give a huge shout out to Easy Speezy. I saw him doing this run and I thought it looked super fun, so I wanted to give it a try, and I did not expect to become a world record holder for this category. So let's just get into the actual run itself. So as you can see, once I get enough dirt, I kind of start bridging out a little bit, and this is because I'm setting up for something in the future. There isn't going to be much to do during this phase. We're just going to be getting a bunch of wood and some tools, and that's basically it. Nothing really happens until the second phase. This is kind of the tutorial phase, to be honest. So nothing crazy goes down here. But I craft up some tools, and I get the layout of my island kind of set up already, and then I'm back to mining the block. And there is a lot of mining the block footage in this, so I'll definitely be cutting out a lot of it, but I want to talk about some of the cool things that actually happen in this run, because there are some really sick strats for this run, and it actually really surprised me by how technical this run can be and how RNG dependent it is as well. I was honestly very surprised when I attempted it for the first time, but let's just get to the end of the tutorial phase where we'll get one of the essential blocks we need for the rest of this run. Now that we've made it to the end of the first phase, we get this chest here and we actually get a torch in it, which is going to be pretty important. We don't want to waste any of our future coal on it. And as you can see now, I'm going to start expanding the platform, because during this next phase, we are going to get an essential mob that we need to keep on the platform the entire time, so that we can have a good chance to beat the Ender Dragon. And if you know anything about Minecraft speedrunning, you can probably already guess what that mob is going to be. I do run out of dirt here though, so I'm going to have to mine the block before I can finish the wall, but I'm just straight back to mining the block, and I'm going to get prepared as well as I can to trap these mobs in this little cage I'm building, because if I don't do this correctly, the run will actually just end. And as you can see here, I'm just throwing all the items I don't need off the edge, because I don't need to save them. I'm not doing like a playthrough of this. I'm speedrun. I'm going as fast as I can. So any useless item I get, I just throw off the edge, and that actually comes back to hurt me a little bit, which you'll see in the future. I throw away an important item, which kind of hurts the run, but still got the world record though. So you'll see how we manage. Now I'm going to build behind the block actually, so that when the mob that I need spawns, I can just punch it straight into my platform, so I don't have to mess with it at all. And I can just get a super clean, fast collection of the mob. And it should be spawning in pretty soon here, and we'll see how I tackle that. But now that I have a decent amount of wood, I'm going to come over to my crafting table and make a boat, and I'm going to place it down right in the middle of the cage, just so when I hit the mob towards my platform, it goes straight into the boat, and I don't have to worry about it running away or anything stupid like that, and I don't have to have any problems go on. But now we are about to see my first star of this video appear, and it's going to be our first sheep. This is the most important mob in the game. I'm going to punch it, and as you can see, it doesn't go directly into the boat, but I end up getting it into the boat after a little bit of fighting with it, which is okay. And we're actually going to get 2 sheep here, so I can get wool so much faster, and I don't have to just mess with this 1 sheep the entire time. It's not like we need a crazy amount of beds, but still having 2 sheep will just be beneficial to the run, just in case anything happens to one of them. And here's going to be our second sheep, and I'm just going to do the exact same thing I did with the first one, but this guy is also kind of fighting me a little bit, but he goes into the boat, and that's literally perfect. That was literally perfect. And now, as you can see, I'm going to build up the cage around them. And before I release them from the boat, I am going to go ahead and make some fences and a fence gate, and also clear out my inventory just a little bit, just to keep everything clean. So here we go, I'm making the fences, and then I'm going to make the fence gate, and then I'm going to go ahead and destroy the boat and hope that none of them break out, and boom, perfect. That was literally the most perfect that could have gone. And I am going to actually save the boat for later. It will come in handy later, so we are not going to throw it away just quite yet. Now we have reached the end of the first actual phase of this challenge, and we're going to get a very important item from this chest, which is going to be the grass block. So if you played Minecraft at all, you will know that the grass block allows the sheep to regenerate their wool. So we're going to place it down right there under the fence gate so they can't eat the first one, but it will expand into the pen as quick as possible. And I'm also going to redo my island just a little bit, just to keep things a little more organized. I mean, being organized is like half of the game, so yeah. But now we've reached phase 2, which is going to be the underground, and that's where we're going to find some more dangerous stuff. So I'm going to start by building a little safety chamber to keep myself safe from the incoming mobs, because this is going to be the first phase where we see mobs. So I'm going to make some slabs and trapdoors just to keep myself safe. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to place trapdoors here and there, and then we're just going to do this and break our torch, place it back, and then boom. This will keep us a little more safe. I've built it up a little bit more than the other side, but you'll see why in the future there's going to be even worse mobs trying to get us. I'll just say the evokers in this challenge are probably the most difficult, and that's why we need to stay safe. So let's just get through the underground. This is where we're going to find our first iron and coal, but we also get stone tools and furnaces as well, which is going to be really, really nice. After a little bit of mining, we finally get our first pieces of iron. I'm going to go ahead and smelt them right away. And obviously the first thing I'm going to make is a iron pickaxe, but I currently only have 2 pieces of iron, so I have to mine just a little bit more. I'm going to throw away some more stuff just so my inventory isn't cluttered. There is just so many useless items you get in this game. But I'm going to make another furnace, and that'll be important for later on when I need to smelt gold and iron at the exact same time. And I'm completely through with stone now, so I don't need to keep any cobblestone. And as you can see, I placed a chest there, and that's going to be very, very relevant in the future. As you can see, a lot of this is just preparing for the future, and that's basically it. I get my 3rd piece of iron here, and I'm going to throw away that dirt. I'm going to make some more planks. And with that 3rd piece of iron, we're going to be able to mine so much faster with an iron pickaxe. As you can see, I'm very impatient. But yep, there we go. Iron pickaxe. And bye-bye, Mr. Stone pickaxe. And, well, back to mining. And after being in the underground phase for a little while, I finally get enough to make shears and an iron shovel. So now, all I have to do is, there's not a crazy amount of prep left. So I'm literally just mining this block for the rest of the run. There is still some items I need and a couple more mobs that I'll need. But yeah, we're basically set up for the rest of the run by the 2nd phase. 16 minutes in and we're already set up. So I think we're actually on great pace already. But I do make up some pace in the later half of the run by skipping out on a strat that most of the other runners do. Just because I messed up a little bit, but it actually worked out in my favor. So you'll get to see that later on. But for now, let's just get back to mining the block. And as you can see, I've changed the safety platform. This is where I'm going to be standing for basically most of the run. Because creepers and stuff will spawn, and I just need to make sure they cannot see me at all. So this trapdoor plus slab setup is perfect for that. And it's also very good for evokers, which are definitely the biggest run killer of this entire speed run. And just like that, we are finished with the 2nd phase of this run. And we honestly don't get too many useful items here. All we really got is enough iron to upgrade our tools and potentially make some armor and an anvil for later on. But as you can see, I'm throwing most of this stuff away because most of it is useless and I just don't need any of it anymore. The only things I'm going to keep are the coal, iron, and leather. And I'm going to go ahead and make a 2nd iron shovel here just because I know I will need it for the icy tundra, which is a lot of snow blocks. And the icy tundra, there's nothing much to write home about. This phase is really just a nothing burger phase. I'm getting more iron, which is good because then I'll be able to make armor. But there really isn't too much to worry about or be excited for in this phase. The next phase is actually the one that is probably going to be the best for us because that's where we find our first diamonds. And just like that, the snowy tundra phase is over, and I'm going to go ahead and collect up all my items here. And again, most of these items I will just throw away, but as you can see, we finally got another item that will be useful to us, which is going to be the gold. Now, with gold, all we're going to do is make some golden hose because we don't really need to make them iron or anything, and we want them to be fast. So I'm going to be making sure to make a bunch of golden hose in the amount of time that I can. But the next phase is going to be the ocean phase, and that one is going to be pretty difficult. I've lost a few runs to it. There are some kind of difficult mobs, but if everything goes well, we should just end up with 2 diamonds and some more ores. And yeah, as you can see, all the sand will fall, and I'll repair up my hidey hole. And I'm also going to go ahead and craft another iron pickaxe here. And I'm going to take some more out and then take some gold. And now we can see I'm going to craft up 2 golden hose. These are going to be used for this phase, and I think I end up using around 5 golden hose in the entire run. And here we go. We are finally about to get our first diamond, which is awesome. Diamond tools will definitely be super helpful, but unfortunately in the ocean phase we only end up getting 2. So we'll have to wait until the next phase to get our diamond pickaxe, which kind of sucks. But that's alright. Most of this phase is honestly just things you can mine with your shovel or hoe, so it makes it pretty easy. And here is our second diamond of this phase coming up, and that's the last diamond we're going to get for this phase. And basically everything else we get in this phase is basically useless. The only things that really matter are the gold and the iron, and occasionally you will get books and paper, which turns out to be really useful because there's a strat in this run where you get a villager and you re-roll its traits until it has efficiency on it, because you end up getting emeralds and a villager later on. But I actually get such bad RNG, I'm not able to even make a lectern. So I wasn't able to do the villager strat in this run. And that's kind of what made my time worse. But it really didn't affect it all that badly. I don't know. I definitely want to do another run where I get the villager correctly and I just get some better RNG, but that will have to be for another day. Also here we're going to see our first really big run killer, which is going to be the Elder Guardian. But thankfully, because of my protection hut, we don't get hit by the mining fatigue, so we're all good. I've lost my run to that a few times by getting unlucky, and the Elder Guardian bounces onto my platform and gives me mining fatigue, which just basically ruins the run. But luckily this time we don't get it, and I can keep chugging on through the ocean phase. And just like that, we are done with the ocean phase, and we can start moving on to our next one right after I get rid of all of these useless items. Basically, none of this will use, so I'm going to be throwing most of it away, but I will keep the iron and the gold and the diamonds, and that is about it. And I don't really need coal anymore, so I will still be throwing those away. And our next phase is going to be the jungle dungeon phase, and this is where we're going to get our last diamond for the diamond pickaxe, and I think we'll be able to get a shovel and axe as well in this phase, so it's a really good phase. But this is also the phase that starts spawning evokers, and those are the real run killers because they can come at you through walls. So if they get a glimpse of you, you're kind of dead. And as you can see, I crafted up a little bit of armor, so I don't get one shot by these evokers. But the diamond will be coming soon, and then we really just mine the block for the rest of this video. That's basically it. Once we get our full setup, right here I am going to get my last diamond I need for the diamond pickaxe, and I want that immediately, so I'm going to hit these witches off just so they don't kill me, and I'm gonna pick it up, and we can finally get our diamond pickaxe, which is going to speed up this process so much more, and is so nice to have. And that is going to be the jungle phase done. Really not too bad of a phase. The only problem is the vexes, so I'm going to turn down my render distance here just to make sure that they despawn. And as you can see, a couple of them did survive, and my axe breaks as soon as I hit this vex, which kind of sucks, but I'm able to kill him. I'm able to knock this frog off, and there is another vex in the distance, which is pretty scary, honestly. But I'm just going to ignore it for now until it comes to attack me. And I do not want to pick up the items that I have sitting on the block until I kill this vex. So I make a wooden axe just to kill it, because I shouldn't need anything more than a wooden axe. And they do a lot of damage, and they're pretty hard to hit, so I'm struggling a little bit, and they phase through the floor. So yeah, I'm not doing too well. And there's actually 2 more vexes, but I don't think they see me, so I'm going to go for my items. And I pick them all up, and I'm just going to throw them off the back here and hope that these vexes do not kill me, because that would be very, very bad, and I would have to reset the run. But lucky for you, you've seen the title. I do not lose this run, so we're good. And our next phase, as you can see in the bottom left a little bit, is going to be the Red Desert, and this is where we get the villager. But unfortunately for me, I am not able to do villager strats, so yeah, I'm not going to be able to do anything with the villager, so a little sad about that, but it's really whatever. Again, since I couldn't get the villager, this phase was pretty uneventful. All I really did this phase was get my diamond axe, and it's kind of sad to see all those emeralds go to waste, but I really just couldn't even make a lectern to get a librarian, so there was no chance of me getting an efficiency book, so I just ended up throwing everything away. And we're basically all set up now. The only thing I really need to mine this block more is another diamond pickaxe, because eventually this one will break, but I do get that in the very near future. So let's just move on to our next phase, which is also another pretty nothing burger phase. Now the phase we're in is called the Idol, and it really doesn't have too much to worry about or really nothing to look forward to. The only thing that's scary are the phantoms. Now since we're super high up, they won't actually burn in the sunlight, so they're gonna stay forever. But you will see some tech at the end of this phase that I thought was super cool, and a pretty cool way to get rid of all these phantoms. So let's just skip to that, because the rest of this footage is mine block simulator, basically. Now we are done with the idol, and we're going to see some crazy tech. So do you remember the chest I placed at the very start of the run. I literally placed it on like the first couple minutes of the run. I'm going to put all of my items into there, and then I'm just going to jump off the ledge so all of these phantoms despawn. And I thought that was super cool. The way that we, you know, like prepare so far ahead. Like that chest, it was placed there an hour and 20 minutes ago, and it's just now coming in handy. So I just thought that was a super cool thing, and I wanted to make it a pretty big point because that might be some of my favorite tech in the run, just to just to kill yourself to get rid of all of the phantoms. But yeah, I'm just going to go through all of these items, and again, most of these I'm just going to throw away, except I'm going to keep the diamonds just in case I have something go wrong and I need to get another diamond pickaxe or another something diamond. I just want to do that just because I'm on pretty good pace right now, and I don't want to lose the run. Even if I do have a major mistake happen, I still want to finish it out, so I'm just going to keep some extra diamonds and iron. Now we're moving on to the 9th phase of this run, which is going to be the Desolate Land phase. And as you can tell by the 9th phase, there's only 10 phases, so we only have one more to go until we have to fight the Ender Dragon. And let me tell you right now, I have actually never done a Ender Dragon like speedrun fight before, so I had to learn it for this run, and it was actually really fun to learn. But I am still not good, so the End Dragon fight is not very clean, but it does die. The Ender Dragon does die at the end, which is good. But again, I'm not going to be using any items from this phase. There's really nothing more I need. In the next phase is where I'm going to find all my Ender Pearls and Ender Eyes. So again, I'm going to throw everything away from this phase, so let's go ahead. But I will say this is probably the scariest phase of the run because of the charged creepers, and there's also skeleton jockeys, and I think a warden even spawns in this phase. It's bad. This phase is bad. This phase is evil. But as long as we have our little protective hut, we will be okay, as you can see. But oh man, this was nerve-wracking being this far into the run, and there's just a charge creeper and a warden like on the same block. Yeah, it's pretty scary. And there's the end of the Desolate Land phase. The only phase left we have is the end phase, and at this point my nerves are super high, just through the roof, because I know that I could get a world record here as long as I just don't mess up. So yeah, I was definitely under pressure here. But I'm still playing well. I'm just getting rid of everything again because I just don't need any of this stuff. But yeah, let's go see the end phase. So nothing really eventful happens in the end phase except us getting the Ender Eyes and Ender Pearls. There are shulkers though that get on the platform and are really annoying. And I try to take one out here, but I get hit with levitation eventually. And that kind of just like hurts the pace a little bit, but it's really not that big of a deal. I can still mine the block. But yeah, the shulkers are just super annoying in this phase. But thankfully for me, this phase doesn't last too long. So we can just get through it pretty quickly and get to our final fight with the Ender Dragon. And just like that, we are done with the end phase. And it is time to fight the Ender Dragon. And my nerves are at an all-time high during this. But luckily, I am locked in. I'm so locked in. I have been preparing for this moment my entire life. So I light the end portal, and I go into the end, and I almost forget to turn my render distance back up, but I remember eventually. And let's just see how this fight goes. Boom, let's go, bro. Oh, thank God. That took forever. Let's go. Hour 56. That's not great, but it's not too bad. I'm just glad I got the run, dude. Let's go. Let's hype. As you can see, I was incredibly hyped to get this. But if you were wondering what my final time was, it was 1 hour, 56 minutes, 19 seconds, and 244 milliseconds. And as you can see, I am now first place on the speedrun.com leaderboard for 1.21. And if you want to go check this run out for yourself, make sure you go to speedrun.com and you can go look at my entry on the leaderboard and you can see the video. It's posted to my main channel. It's just on unlisted, so you need a link. But I have a little secret to tell you, and I'm sorry. I am the only runner. I'm the only runner in the 1.21 category. I was guaranteed world record, but still, it's still a world record. Come on. Come on. Anyways, making this video, I kind of wanted to spark some hype around it because I really like this run and I hope someone takes over my world record. And If you decide to do this run, please let me know in the comments below. But if you enjoyed this video and want to see more of speedrunning, make sure to let me know. But as always, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.